Hello, how are you? I'm your buddy and you are watching LearnTurn. Go get a perm because it's your turn to learn. And today we're talking about world wonders right now. Credited as the founder of Western philosophy, Socrates once said, "True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us." He died in 399 BC, but not before he said, "Wonder is the beginning of wisdom." Wonder is not just a landscape movie from 2017 starring Julia Roberts and Owen Wilson with an 87% ranking on Rotten Tomatoes. Never saw it. But wonder, the noun, is a feeling of surprise mingled with admiration caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. It was at the Museum of Alexandria. The Greek historian Herodotus compiled a list that no longer exists but was referred to in various other old writings. This list is known as the 7 Wonders of the Ancient World. The number 7 was chosen because Greeks believed it represented perfection and plenty, and because it reflected the planets, 5 of them, known at the time, plus the sun and the moon, making 6 and 7. There is but one ancient world wonder that still exists today, and it sits along the bank of the Nile River in Giza, Egypt. It covers 13 acres and is made up of some 2 million stone bricks. Over 27 years in the making, it's the Great Pyramid, built as a tomb for the 4th dynasty Egyptian pharaoh Khufu. It stood as the tallest man-made structure in the world for more than 3,800 years. The second wonder is located 50 miles south of modern-day Baghdad in Iraq, in the ancient city of Babylon. It dates back to the 3rd millennium, when King Nebuchadnezzar II ruled the Neo-Babylon Empire. He built an oasis of gardens on stone terraces stretching 75 feet high for his wife Amiates. They were known as the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, although no concrete evidence of this wonder ever existed, which puts this place on the unsolved wonders of the world list. Number 3 was a giant 41-foot tall statue of the supreme Greek god Zeus. In 438 BC, he sat on a painted cedarwood throne inside a giant Zeus temple in Olympia. Christianity eventually took over Olympia, putting an end to the ancient Olympic Games, and the temple, thought to be associated with paganism, was permanently closed. The fate of the statue is unknown. Was he dismantled and reassembled in Constantinople for a private art collection only to be destroyed by fire? Or was it pillaged? We'll never ever know. Number 4 was the world's largest temple of Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, forest, animals, childbirth, fertility, you name it, located in what is now modern-day Turkey. 120 years in the making, it was an actual marvel made out of marble and was torched to the ground on July 21st, 356 BC by a guy named Herodotus, who just wanted to be known as the guy who burned down the great temple of Artemis. Wonder number 5 takes us to southwestern Turkey for the Mausoleum of Harocarnassus, which was an above-ground tomb built for Prince Mausolus of the Persian Empire and his sister/wife? Some kind of Thomas dynasty stuff? I don't know what. It was most likely destroyed by an earthquake in the 13th century, but any monumental tomb thereafter was referred to as a mausoleum. Number 6, created in Greek mythology by the sun god Helios, stands the island of Rhodes. Some 2,000 years ago, Charles of Lindus was hired to build a bronze statue over the course of 27 years. It only stood for half a century, but it sure mimicked perhaps a more familiar statue of the same height with the same crown. This was known as Colossus of Rhodes and became quite the tourist attraction. Even the word Colossus would go on to mean very large statue. 226 BC, an earthquake took down the Colossus, but people would still visit the remaining feat years after it fell. Number 7, located at the mouth of the Nile River off the end of the small island Pharos in the Mediterranean city of Alexandria. What every flourishing commercial trade port needed was their own lighthouse. 300 feet tall, it stood for 1,700 years until a fire and an earthquake brought it down. Burning gases would fuel the light at the top, so bright that with the massive reflective mirror, it could be used to shoot flames to oncoming enemy ships. The Death Ray Lighthouse of Alexandria? Now, as these 7 wonders of the ancient world were once regarded as the finest monuments of all times, it is certainly debatable in the 21st century using a more global perspective, leading to a Swiss foundation who launched a campaign, and in 2007, after 1 million internet votes were cast, 7 new wonders of the world were chosen, like the Great Wall of China, Machu Picchu, and the Taj Mahal, to name a few. And by golly, if you think man could make impressive marvels, then you should see the 7 wonders of the natural world. In fact, that's my next video. For LearnTurn, I'm your buddy. Take it easy.